Hi everyone, in this video we are going to discuss world most common anemia. If you like this video and you benefit from it, hit the like button, comment below, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm Wahinya the doc. The purpose of doing this video is to simplify medical conditions and to make you understand health. So, what is world most common anemia? World most common anemia is the iron deficiency anemia. Iron deficiency anemia in the developing world, it is caused by lack of iron in the diet. In the developed world, iron deficiency anemia is caused by blood loss. So, let's start by defining what is anemia. Anemia is low number of red blood cells that are circulating in your bloodstream. I'll do a quick review on where your red blood cells are produced. Your red blood cells are produced in the red bone marrow. The red bone marrow is the red spongy substance that is within your long and large bones. In the red bone marrow, red blood cells are produced. For them to be produced, we need nutrients. These nutrients include iron. In case where there is no enough iron, the body will not be able to produce enough red blood cells. So, I'll define for you what is the iron deficiency anemia. So, iron deficiency anemia is the anemia that develops because our body does not have enough iron to produce the red blood cells. Red blood cells transport oxygen in your blood. So in case you don't have enough red blood cells, you won't be able to circulate enough oxygen to your tissues. This will result to symptoms like shortness of breath, excessive tiredness, you will become pale, you will have headache, you will have dizziness, you might even faint. Why is iron important in our body? Iron usually combined with a substance we call protoporphyrin and globin to form hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is where our oxygen binds so that it can be transported to the tissues. One hemoglobin usually carries 4 oxygen molecules. And I can also say that one red blood cell has 2,250,000,000 hemoglobins. So I'll give you an analogy with this diagram. This is a red blood cell. A red blood cell, a sac that is containing hemoglobins within it. One red blood cell will have 250 million hemoglobins within it. This hemoglobin, I'll give you an example. It's like a car. This car called hemoglobin is within the red blood cell, and it is carrying 4 oxygen molecules. Each one hemoglobin is carrying 4 oxygen molecules. So this will help you understand, or this explain that your red blood cell carry a lot of oxygen molecules to your body tissue. So without iron, our bone marrow won't be able to produce hemoglobin, and our red blood cell will not be able to transport oxygen to your tissues. What causes low iron in our body? We have several causes of low iron in our body. Number one, we have blood loss. Blood contains red blood cells. Red blood cells contain hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is made up of iron. So when you lose blood, you lose iron. If you lose 1 ml of blood, you lose 0.5 milligrams of iron. Blood loss can be of sudden cause, or it can be due to small amount, slowly and developing in a long period of time. Sudden blood loss can be caused by an accident, it can be caused by an injury, it can be caused by a bullet wound. There are so many causes. There are so many causes of sudden blood loss. Chronic blood loss, which we have said is the blood loss that is slow, can be caused by, number one, it can be caused by menometralgia. Menometralgia is a heavy and prolonged menstruation. So you will have these women or adolescents, ladies who have either hormonal imbalance, they have fibroids, they have cancer of the cervix, cancer of the uterus, they have miscarriages. When they lose blood, they lose so many red blood cells. When they lose so many red blood cells, they end up losing hemoglobin, which is made up of iron. So they will lose a lot of iron. This will result to iron deficiency anemia. In case one has hookworms, hookworms are parasitic worms that are found in your intestines. They usually suck blood, and they suck a lot of blood per day. So if they suck blood, this blood will have red blood cells. These red blood cells will have hemoglobin in them. This hemoglobin will have iron, so they will end up losing iron. Number two, why our body has low iron is lack of iron in the diet. The main source of heme iron is from meat, red meat. Also, leafy greens vegetables contain iron, but it's a different kind of iron. Meat contains heme iron. Heme iron is the iron that is used to make red blood cells. Vegetables like spinach contain non-heme iron. Non-heme iron is usually poorly absorbed from our intestines into the bloodstream. So if you are a vegetarian, you have very high chances of developing iron deficiency anemia. Number three cause of iron deficiency anemia is pregnancy. In pregnancy, your body usually has stores of iron. Iron is usually stored in the liver. During pregnancy, this iron will be utilized, number one, for making red blood cells for the mother. During pregnancy, there is increased blood volume. So this increased blood volume will need more iron to make more red blood cells and more blood. Number two, this iron will be utilized for production of the red blood cells of the fetus. Your fetus need to manufacture blood, so they will also use the iron that is stored by the mother. Without supplementation of iron in pregnancy, pregnant women usually develop iron deficiency anemia. Number four, your body inability to absorb iron. Before I discuss this point of the body inability to absorb iron, let's first discuss how iron is absorbed from our intestines. So when you eat meat or you eat eggs, those eggs contain iron. Iron will move to your stomach. In your stomach, iron will be converted or acted by your hydrochloric acid, and also it will be acted upon by your ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C, so that it can be easy to be absorbed. Then from the stomach, iron will move into the duodenum and into the small intestines. The small intestines have enterocytes. Enterocytes are those cells that line the small intestines. The enterocytes will absorb the iron, and then it will be taken into the bloodstream. From the bloodstream, the iron will move into the bone marrow to produce red blood cells. In case you have a condition of the stomach that can interfere with the hydrochloric acid, the presence of hydrochloric acid, this can result to inability to absorb iron. These conditions include, we have number one, pylori infection is an infection which results to peptic ulcers, and it can also, if not treated for quite a long time, it predisposes one to gastric cancer or stomach cancer. Number two, we have what we call pernicious anemia. Pernicious anemia is a condition whereby, is a type of anemia whereby your body produce antibodies or soldiers against a protein that is found in the stomach. That protein is called intrinsic factor. Intrinsic factor usually has a role in this process. Then we have atrophic gastritis. Atrophic gastritis is as a result of iron. Is as a result of pernicious anemia. Then we have those people who eat clay. Those women who eat clay. Clay usually affect the absorption of iron. From that point, if a patient intestines are interfered with, maybe for example, we have what we call bypass. Bypass is a surgery where you bypass a certain portion of the intestines, possibly for maybe due to a certain procedure, hospital procedure. This bypass, gastric bypass, can affect absorption of iron. Then we have another surgery that people are opting for weight loss. It's called bariatric surgery. Bariatric surgery usually is a surgery where part of your small intestines is cut so that you can be able to lose weight. I've not said that bariatric surgery is a bad idea, but weight loss, obesity is not also a good idea. So choose your poison. Those four causes will result to why our body does not have enough iron, and this less iron will result to less formation or have low healthy red blood cells. These few red blood cells will not be able to carry oxygen in your body, and if you don't have enough oxygen in your body tissues, your body sometimes we will resort to what we call anaerobic metabolism. Anaerobic metabolism is a situation where your body uses other means to break down your glucose into energy. So you'll experience so many signs and symptoms. These signs and symptoms will do them in a later video. If you like this video and you feel it's helpful to you, make sure you subscribe. I'm Mohinya the Doc. Thank you.